حاصر حصارك لا مفر. حاصر حصارك لا مفر. سقطت ذراعك فالتقطها واضرب عدوك لا مفر. وسقطت قربك فالتقطني واضرب عدوك بي، فأنت الآن حر حر وحر. حاصر حصارك لا مفر. سقطت ذراعك فالتقطها واضرب عدوك لا مفر. وسقطت قربك فالتقطني واضرب عدوك بي، فأنت الآن حر حر وحر. قتلاك أو جرحاك فيك ذخيرة، فاضرب عدوك لا مفر. أشلاؤنا أسماؤنا. حاصر حصارك بالجنون وبالجنون وبالجنون. ذهب الذين تحبهم ذهبوا، فإما أن تكون أو لا تكون. سقط القناع عن القناع، سقط القناع ولا أحد إلاك في هذا المدى المفتوح للنسيان والأعداء. فاجعل كل متراس بلد. لا أحد. سقط القناع.
From Ireland to Palestine, occupation is a crime. From Ireland to Palestine,
Occupation is a crime.
from Ireland to Palestine,
Occupation is a crime.
from Ireland to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime.
Free the people, free the land. Liberation we demand. Free the people, free the land.
Liberation we demand.
Free the people, free the land.
Liberation we demand.
Free the people, free the land.
Liberation we demand.
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
UCD, you can't hide.
You're supporting genocide.
UCD, you can't hide.
You're supporting genocide.
UCD, you can't hide.
You're supporting genocide.
Cut the ties.
Stop the lies.
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 Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Free, free Palestine.
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 Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Up with liberation.
Down with occupation.
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 Resistance is an obligation.
In the face of occupation.
Resistance is an obligation.
In the face of occupation.
Resistance is
Palestine!
Gaza, globalize the intifada from Ireland to Gaza. Gaza,
Mobilize the intifada!
from Ireland to Gaza.
Mobilize the intifada!
From Ireland to Gaza.
Mobilize the intifada!
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free!
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free!
from the sea to the river,
Palestine will live forever.
from the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever!
Free, free,
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free. Free, free, free Palestine.
Free Palestine!
UCD, got you here. Genocide is crystal clear. UCD, got you here.
Genocide is crystal clear!
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 Up with liberation.
Down with occupation!
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 Resistance is an obligation.
In the face of occupation!
Resistance is an obligation.
In the face of occupation!
Resistance is an obligation.
In the face of occupation!
Resistance is an obligation.
In the face of occupation!
Free, free Palestine.
free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free Palestine!
All of you can hide.
We're supporting genocide!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever!
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever!
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war!
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war!
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war!
How many children have to die?
Before you call it genocide!
How many children have to die?
Before you call it genocide!
How many children have to die?
Before you call it genocide!
Western powers, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Western powers, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Western powers, you can't hide.
You're supporting genocide!
Western powers, you can't hide.
You're supporting genocide!
Every time the media lies.
Neighborhood in Gaza dies!
Every time the media lies.
Neighborhood in Gaza dies!
Another child in Gaza dies.
Another child in Gaza dies!
Another child in Gaza dies.
Another child in Gaza dies!
Another child in Gaza dies.
Another child in Gaza dies!
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
Palestine will never die!
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
Palestine will never die!
We will never let you die.
We will never let you die!
We will never let you die.
We will never let you die!
We will never let you die.
We will never let you die!
Stop the killing, stop the crime.
Israel out of Palestine!
Stop the killing, stop the crime.
Israel out of Palestine!
Stop the killing, stop the crime.
Israel out of Palestine!
Stop the killing, stop the crime.
Israel out of Palestine!
Stop the genocide, stop the hate. Israel is an apartheid state. Stop the genocide, stop the hate.
Israel is an apartheid state!
Stop the genocide, stop the hate.
Israel is an apartheid state!
1, 2, 3, 4,
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
1, 2, 3, 4,
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
Free, free,
Palestine!
free, free,
Palestine!
free, free.
Palestine!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
Thanks, brother. Cheers.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
From the river
river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
We're out here today to offer our support and solidarity to the UCD students and staff who are standing up to their institution's silence and complicity. UCD has 11 ties to 12 Israeli institutions. The president of the UCD has defended this as academic freedom. Across the water here, I see real academic freedom. This is a camp full of people giving up their time and taking a risk in the name of what's right. If universities are supposed to produce critical thinkers with an understanding of the world, then UCD has succeeded here and should be proud of their students. This camp isn't just a protest, but also a place of learning, where people talk, share knowledge and raise anti-colonial consciousness. And these camps have spread like wildfire across the US, 25 universities in the UK, 4 on the island of Ireland, across Europe. Some have seen success, such as Trinity, who has got a major win. Melbourne University recently became the first Australian university to give in to students' demands. But others have shown just how willing Western states are to violently oppress their own young people in defense of Israel. Well, there are no universities left in Gaza. The Israeli military burns books at Aqsa University and bombs institutions of learning. Students in Gaza have had their dreams crushed, their lives taken, just as they are about to go out in the world and share their talents. You'll see people holding names of these very students and young people. Everyone a real person, everyone a person who was prevented from living up to their maximal potential. How can any university be silent in the face of this? How can they normalise Israeli institutions built on occupied land? Ireland, along with Spain and Norway, is set to formally recognise Palestine as a state, joining over 140 other countries. But why now? Because they've felt the pressure from all of you in the streets and on the campuses. But while this is welcome, it falls far short of what we need. Spain still exports weapons to Israel. The US military still has use of Shannon. We need real action and real sanctions. The Israeli ambassador has been recalled. She should not be allowed back.
Keep her out!
Israeli ambassador, out, out, out! The government needs to enact the Occupied Territories Bill and the Illegal Israeli Settlement Investment Bill. And all universities need to cut all ties with Israeli institutions and divest from Israeli companies. And all need to come and formally recognise that what is happening is a genocide. So to talk about the ongoing student encampment here, I want to invite Martha from the Student Union to say a few words.
Thank you. Thanks so much for everyone coming out today. It's really important that we get this support. This is the 2-week mark today since we started the encampment. Honestly, it's been amazing to see students from UCD come out and support this cause as they have been doing all year. And I think the university doesn't realise how committed we are and that we're willing to stay there until our demands are met. They thought, oh, they'd be gone in a few days. Like, they thought we'd last only a few nights, but they should see the setup that we have in there. Our engineers, our architects, we're really putting our degrees to use. Well, not mine, because I studied law, but anyway. But yeah, like, I'm sure you're all invited to the camp afterwards, but like the setup that we have in there shows the commitment of our students to this cause. It shows that we're willing to stay there for weeks and weeks. We've set up a whole society for ourselves with branches, with different people cooking food every day, with an equal distribution of labour. It's really, really important and really inspiring to be a part of a movement like this, and I think we need to make sure that it continues to spread across Ireland.
Yes.
For us, the response we've gotten from the university has been disappointing, to put it under. The university kind of said that they refused to take a stance for months, despite obviously taking a stance by framing it as a conflict and by saying Israel and Gaza, and by saying they don't take a stance on geopolitical matters, despite taking a very strong stance against Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So for us, it's ridiculous that they can't stand against a genocide. That's like, where is this double standard coming from? A lot of us know what the double standard is, but the university pretends that there's no reason funding. It doesn't mean anything. They can't take a side, they can't take a stance. In the negotiations last week, we spent 16 hours, 3 days negotiating with 2 members of the university management team and the Dean of Students. But we had to walk away because in the public statement they wouldn't recognise what's actually happening, which is a genocide. We've started back into negotiations just yesterday, and we're back in today. We were in this morning and we're back in after this protest. But yeah, we are making progress, but there's still a lot that we need the university to own up to, and I think they're starting to realise now, they're starting to sweat that, like, we've stayed here 2 weeks, what's another week, what's another 2 weeks? And we know there's graduations coming up on the 6th of June, and the UCD festival, which is sponsored by Intel, is taking place. It's taking place on the 8th of June, right there in that spot, so they're definitely going to need us gone by then. So we know that we have the power, but in order to continue this, we need the support from outside. We need new people joining the encampment. We need people ensuring that the public opinion is on our side. We need people pressuring UCD. We need UCD to know that this is absolutely detrimental to their reputation, because that seems to be all they care about. So we have to make sure we hit their reputation and let them know that having an encampment here, not listening to students, not listening to the public opinion, is a negative, and it outweighs the benefits of having money from American institutions. So thank you so much for everyone coming here, and please continue to support the camp. Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Thanks very much for that. I see Mary flag, the Starry Plough, anti-fascist flags,
Lebanese.
Getting that. Western Sahara, thank you very much. Because students know, and we all know, that when we say free Palestine, we mean free all the occupied people of the world, all the oppressed people of the world, all the victims of apartheid. We say it with one voice, and we say it together. Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free
Palestine!
Free Palestine.
Free, free
Palestine.
Free, free
Palestine.
Free, free
Palestine.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
So I also want to mark that today happens to also be the day of resistance and liberation for Lebanon. And I'd like to invite Z up to the mic to say a few words about that.
Hello. So yeah, today marks the 24th anniversary of Lebanon's liberation from the Israeli occupation. I actually thought a lot about what I want to come up and say here, because I was actually in Lebanon 3 weeks ago, and I actually could not go to the south where my mom is from and where I have a house there, because since October all of the southern border has been under bombs, and actually they have bombed a bit in the north and a bit more inland, just to equal out the bombs across the country. But anyway, I have a house in my mom's hometown that I couldn't go and check on, and I actually have no idea if it's still standing, if it's been impacted. I really don't know, because I cannot go and check, and my family can't go and check because they might get wasted in a raid. So that's unfortunate. I was 7 years old when the liberation happened, so I don't have that many vivid memories, but I do remember a little bit. I remember the fear, I remember the confusion, I faintly remember the sound of raids and the sight of tanks. I remember some of the humiliation tactics that our lovely neighbors imposed on us. So yeah, all of this is a very personal issue for me. And actually one of the reasons I chose Ireland to move to is that I know the Irish people have always stood with us and with the Palestinians. So so yeah, I'm really, really grateful for everyone's support and all. But yeah, I mean, right now, Lebanon is not even being talked about enough. Not even in Lebanon when I was there, you know, not even by my own government, not even by our own military. And it's just like, you know, basically the south of Lebanon is once again left to fend for itself. And when I was over there, it did not feel like a liberation. It felt like, you know, like old times. So that's not great. And yeah, I guess what I also wanted to talk about is the question of peace, because, you know, people are always think that, oh, peace should be the ultimate goal, but it is not. Justice is. And even after Lebanon was even after Lebanon was liberated, there was actually no, you know, like Israel was not reprimanded for anything. They were not, you know, brought into account to anything that they've done, whether it was to Lebanon or to Syria, which, you know, the Golan Heights in Syria are still occupied, by the way. People also tend to forget about that. That also gets left out. They're not even held accountable for what they did to UN bases, to ambulance centers, to the civil defense bases, to press people, you know, press staff. All of that just like goes unpunished. And even when they bomb UN bases and kill UN soldiers, that still goes unpunished. And I'm sure that they've killed many, many Irish UN soldiers that they have not been accountable for. Yeah. So yeah, fuck peace. I don't want peace. I want fucking justice. You know? And you know, it's I think that a lot of people say this a bit out of ignorance, and it's not really their fault, because our parents made sure that we will be politically illiterate as we grow older, because they're so afraid that we might get, you know, more knowledgeable and learn about the horrors and restart the wars again. Except that it had the, you know, our ignorance and our lack of knowledge has led to more tension and has led to the consistency of generational trauma and the consistency of the conflicts and the war and the hate. And, you know, when people talk about peace, they actually have no idea what they're talking about through no fault of their own. But yeah, basically, I mean, I look at what happens in Jordan and Egypt, and they signed peace treaties with Israel, and they don't have peace. They don't have the prosperity that they thought they will have. They're actually, you know, basically owned by Israel. It wasn't a peace treaty. It was an ownership deed that they fucking signed. And I will be damned if I will be blackmailed by a fucking apartheid state like it's not real. So, anyway, yeah, and once again, thanks everyone for coming here, and to another 24 years of proper liberation, and to the dismantlement of all colonies, Israel and all colonies in the world.
Thanks very much for that. It's important to always remember that the struggle for liberation is global. I just want to call on Raymond Dean, founder of the IPSC and former student of UCD, to say a few words.
No, I have to be modest. I'm only a co-founder of the IPSC. I graduated from this institution with an honours Bachelor of Music degree in 1974, when most of your parents weren't even born. You know, it's unimaginable. 27 years later, I was one of the people who founded the Ireland-Palestine Solidarity Campaign, and a year later I became its second chairperson, and I'm very proud of that, and I love this organisation and everybody who's involved in it. But as for UCD, you know, it's 50 years since I graduated. I've never really felt particularly proud of that. Until now, half a century later, I feel proud of being a graduate of UCD, thanks to you people. I want to say thank you from my heart for what you're doing. Please keep it up. Don't allow people like Alan Shatter to talk nonsense to you, which I noticed you didn't anyway. And free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Going to call on Josie next to say a few words.
I don't really have anything prepared, and I haven't showered in days, and I've been living in a tent, so yeah, just don't mind me. Also my voice from the chanting, so but yeah, basically, so I'm at UCD BDS, but for months we've been demanding that the university listens to us, that the university cuts ties, and for months they've ignored us. We had a meeting set up between us, Palestinian students, and the president, The president then cancelled that meeting without giving any excuse, without even postponing, which just shows the heartlessness of this institution, that they won't even speak to their Palestinian students. So it took an encampment for them to listen, and it worked. They're listening, and it shows how afraid they are of the power of the students and the power of the people. Because if you look at this campus was built to counteract any student movement. This lake that's right here was built so that we couldn't have protests. So that's why we chose to set up our encampment right on the lake. And what we're seeing is sending shockwaves across the country to other universities to also stand up. Because if we look at this from a historical context, Ireland has spent 800 years fighting colonialism, and it is a shame that this university is now supporting the colonizers in Palestine. The leaders of this university, they're a disgrace to our leaders, to our ancestors who fought for our freedom. They're a disgrace to our ancestors who fought for our liberation. So we say they do not represent us. The students are the people. The students have the power, and this university belongs to the people. And I just want to reiterate that while we fight on these campuses, that we remember Palestine. This isn't about Colombia, this isn't about Germany, this is about Palestine. Every day we tie it back to Palestine because that's who we're fighting for. And as we said, we're tying the struggles together, but while we free Palestine, Palestine is freeing us.
Yeah.
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
From river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
I just want to do a little sing-song with us before I get off the mic. So clap along. University of the people!
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 We fight for Palestinian freedom!
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 University of the people!
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 We fight for Palestinian freedom!
We fight for Palestinian freedom!
We fight for Palestinian freedom!
We fight for
Louder.
Palestinian freedom!
We fight for Palestinian freedom!
We fight for Palestinian freedom!
University of the people!
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 We fight for Palestinian freedom!
Palestinian freedom!
We fight for Palestinian freedom!
For Palestinian freedom!
The bravery the students have been showing is an inspiration to us all, and we should all be following their example. I think we have one more student speaker, if Killian wants to come up.
I also didn't prepare anything, so I'll just speak from the heart. I never thought I would be ashamed to be a UCD student, but this academic year made me ashamed. We watched children dying and Orla was silent. We watched men and women dying and Orla was silent. We watched doctors dying and Orla was silent. We watched hospitals be bombed by Israel, then deny us, and then bomb them openly, and Orla was silent. We watched schools, Montessori's, be bombed, and Orla was silent. And we watched all 12 universities and colleges in Gaza be bombed, and Orla was silent. And the first time she spoke was because there was some chalk on her wall. Chalk!
Shame!
Nothing about those 12 universities, but a bit of chalk on her wall that she can wash off herself. And she cries in an email to us.
Shame!
Crocodile tears.
I was ashamed to be a UCD student. But the last 14 nights, 15 days in this encampment, these people here, the people who are there setting up tea and coffee for us afterwards, the lecturers, technical staff and administrative staff who've come to offer us support, give us foods, the talks from Palestinians, from activists, the learning, the talking, the debating. It's changed us for the better, and it's changed how I view this university. Because this university isn't the people in that building that stayed silent. It's not the people in that building who claim neutrality while they enforce restrictions on us, while they violently remove our student leaders from meetings and then shame them afterwards instead of shaming themselves. We are UCD. In the encampments, we've done a lot of reflection and a lot of talking, a lot of learning. And when the negotiations broke down last week, our negotiators were told to go and reflect. We don't need to reflect. We spent 15 days reflecting, and we'll spend 15 more, and 15 after that, if they don't bend up.
I hope we've all been inspired by the words from the students we've heard here today. To remind us that we can't stop, that we won't stop until their demands are met, our demands are met, and Palestine is free from the river to the sea.
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
And up with liberation!
Down with occupation!
Up with liberation!
Down with occupation!
Down with the occupation!
Down with the occupation!
Fight for liberation!
Fight for liberation!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with the occupation!
Down with the occupation!
Fight for liberation!
Fight for liberation!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
Say it like you mean it. And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
Palestine is our demand!
Palestine is our demand!
No peace on stolen land!
No peace on stolen land!
Palestine is our demand!
Palestine is our demand!
No peace on stolen land!
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 The land of my father, my grandfather, your ancestors. No peace on stolen land!
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 Palestine is our demand!
Palestine is our demand!
No peace on stolen land!
No peace on stolen land!
And in our millions, in our billions!
We are all Palestinians!
In our millions, in our billions!
We are all Palestinians!
In our millions, in our billions!
We are all Palestinians!
And up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with the occupation!
Down with the occupation!
And fight for liberation!
Fight for liberation!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
And Palestine is our demand!
Palestine is our demand!
No peace on stolen land!
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 UCD, can you hear?
UCD, can you hear?
Genocide is crystal clear!
Genocide is crystal clear!
UCD, can you hear?
UCD, can you hear?
Genocide is crystal clear!
Genocide is crystal clear!
gonna start marching to the camp, guys. Woo! We're gonna keep up the energy.
You keep chanting and just everybody come up here. Yeah.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, 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 Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the sea to the river!
Palestine will live forever!
From the sea to the river!
Palestine will live forever!
And Palestine is our demand!
Palestine is our demand!
Palestine is our demand!
No peace on stolen land!
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 And Palestine is our demand!
Palestine is our demand!
No peace on stolen land!
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 Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry!
Palestine will never die!
Palestine will never die!
Palestine will never die!
Oh, Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry!
Palestine will never die!
We will never let you die!
We will never let you die!
And there is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
A collective revolution!
A collective revolution!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
A collective revolution!
Collective revolution!
A collective revolution!
Collective revolution!
And up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with the occupation!
Down with the occupation!
Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with the occupation!
Down with the occupation!
Fight for liberation!
Fight for liberation!
And end the occupation!
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 And every time the media lies, another child in Gaza dies!
Another child in Gaza dies!
Every time the media lies,
Every time the media lies!
another child in Gaza dies!
Another child in Gaza dies!
UCD, can you hear?
UCD, can you hear?
Genocide is crystal clear!
Genocide is crystal clear!
UCD, can you hear?
UCD, can you hear?
Genocide is crystal clear!
Genocide is crystal clear!
UCD, you can't hide!
UCD, you can hide!
You're supporting genocide!
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 UCD, you can't hide!
UCD, you can hide! Palestina!
Viva, viva!
Palestina!
Viva, viva!
Palestina!
Answer Shadan!
Palestine!
Answer Shadan!
Palestine!
إن موتوا تحيا!
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 Palestine!
Every time the media lies,
Another child in Gaza dies!
another child in Gaza dies.
Another child in Gaza dies!
Every time the media lies,
Every time the media lies!
another child in Gaza dies.
Another child in Gaza dies!
And up with liberation.
Up with liberation!
Down with the occupation.
Down with the occupation!
Fight for liberation.
Fight for liberation!
And end the occupation.
And end the occupation!
And end the occupation.
And end the occupation!
And end the occupation.
And the occupation!
And end the occupation.
And the occupation!
And free Palestine.
Free Palestine!
Free
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, 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 free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Fucking walls of the road. Excuse the language. For the 75 years we fought you without fear. I will fight you for 75 more. Oh, we'll fight some of those soldiers for the cause. We'll never be into soldiers because throughout our history we were born to be free. So good, you bastards, won't you leave us be? Go on home, little soldiers, go on home. And you got no fucking homes of your own. For 75 years we fought you without fear. I will fight you for 75 more. Oh, we'll fight some of those soldiers for the cause. We'll never back the soldiers because throughout our history we were born to be free. So get out, you bastard, don't you leave us be. Sing along. Go on home, little soldiers, go on home. Have you got no fucking homes of your own? For 75 years. Oh, fight some little soldiers for the cause. We'll never back to soldiers because throughout our history we are born